It's a beautiful day for baseball here in the Lakes region as we welcome you to this presentation of GNCBL baseball here from Harrison, Maine. This afternoon we have a very big doubleheader, a lot of playoff implications on the line as the Nor'easters, who come in at 8-5-1, face off against the Anglers at 7-10. Calvin Cristoforo alongside with you for this game today. The Nor'easters are caught in a tough battle with the new playoff format this year in the GNCBL. The first two teams in the league will get a bye. They'll have to play a wild card game, while the bottom four teams will have to play a one-game elimination game. The Anglers pretty much are locked into that 5 spot in the GNCBL. They'll have the 5 seed, but the Nor'easters are still coming in today at 3rd place in a chase to get one of those top 2 seeds and not have to play that wild card game, which is going to be big for this team in navy blue. Nor'easters today bring the lineup of Hunter Lohr. He'll bat first, playing left field. Riley Bartel will be batting second in center. The catcher Cam Seymour bats third. The designated hitter Alex McKinney, not playing defense here in Game 1, will bat fourth. Max Zaleski will be playing first, batting fifth. Colin Coyne will be playing sixth, batting second base. Chase Malloy 7th at third. Joe Stradley, the shortstop, will hit 8th. And Ben Sawyer rounds out this Nor'easters lineup as he will hit 9th. They'll be going up against a guy on the mound in Wyatt Williamson, who had a very impressive outing last time out as he beat the Lumberjacks by a final of 3-1. Complete game, only giving up the 1 run. Should have hit 5th today as well in this Anglers lineup. And he had 2 RBI hits and scored the 3rd run in that win a week ago. These two teams just played on Friday night, and it was the Anglers beating the Nor'easters by a final of 4-0, a complete game shutout from Colton Carson on the mound. Hunter Lohr in the box, Williamson on the rubber from the windup, his first pitch, and we are ready to go as the first pitch is on the corner for strike number 1. Big game today, so the umpires, they got one right behind the plate. First time I'm seeing that in GNCBL gameplay this season. Usually it's a one umpire standing behind the pitcher's mound, but Lohr swings and hits one softly into left field. It's going to fall for a base hit. Hunter Lohr will get this Nor'easters offense started off early as the leadoff hitter gets on first base to start the game. Didn't get all of it right there, but didn't need to. Just deposited in front of Labasiero in left field. For now, the Nor'easters have speed on the bases for the center fielder Riley Bartel. Bartel, usually playing in that left field spot, moves over to center field because no Brogan Surabalanger in the lineup today. Pretty hefty lead from Lohr off of first base. He's not going as Williamson's first pitch to Bartel is down low for ball 1. Riley Bartel, the UMaine Farmington outfielder, hit .254 in 27 games as a true freshman for the Beavers back in 2019. Also had a home run and drove in 5. Long pause from Williamson on the mound. Now comes to the plate. A fastball. It's on the inside corner for strike 1. Nor'easters offense looking to get back in the run column. They have shut out last time out against the Anglers. They've lost 4 out of their last 5 games. 2 of them to the Patriots, 1 to the Lumberjacks. 1 to the Anglers, and a win in the Norsemen caught in the middle. Good block there from Dagno behind the plate. No advance from Hunter Lohr off of first base. Nor'easters started this season 8-1-1, but have had a rough stretch of games. Looking to try to get hot again for the playoffs, which start next week. 2-1 pitch upcoming to Riley Bartel. Lohr is off for second base. The pitch is in the dirt. The throw is going to be offline and sliding in safely is Hunter Lohr. A stolen base gives the Nor'easters a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the first inning. Throw was there. It was just on the wrong side of the bag for the second baseman, Rodney Bean, who was coming over to cover. Now a good hitter's count here for Riley Bartel with a man in scoring position with no one out here in the top of the first inning. Wyatt Williamson taking his time from the stretch. Fastball is hit on the ground to the second baseman, Bean. He collects on 2 hops, throws over to Kennison at first base. But good baseball there for the Nor'easters as Bartel hits one on the right side. And now Hunter Lohr's on third base with just 1 out in the inning. Now Big Kim Seymour will come to the plate. Guy who was on the call with me last weekend here at the Field of Dreams Park, and he continued to express how much he loved hitting at this field, already with a home run to right field here in the season. Hitters Park, one that Seymour loves. Good RBI chance for him here as he looks at the pitch that gets the bottom of the zone for strike one. Seymour top 5 in the league in pretty much every offensive category you can think of. Leads the league in OPS, second in slugging. Guys really tore up the league going into his sophomore year of college at the University of Southern Maine. Going up against his teammate, future teammate in Wyatt Williamson as he fouls one off to the left side. Seymour's behind Williamson 0-2. Williamson not out of the woods yet as the English have the infield back. Pretty much any ball in play will score the speedy Hunter Lohr from third base. Oh, 2 pitch coming. Off the corner for ball number 1. Wyatt Williamson definitely taking his time on the mound out of the stretch here. Trying to throw these Nor'easters hitters off after giving up the leadoff single to Hunter Lohr. No Nor'easters hitters have called time yet. So 1-2 pitch is a curveball that gets the inside corner and a big out number 2 as Seymour's down looking. Big pitch there from Wyatt Williamson, who strikes out Cam Seymour for the second out of the first. Still a dangerous bat, though. And the power-hitting first baseman playing DH today in Game 1, the UMaine product Alex McKinney. First pitch is down and away for ball 1. Nor'easters would love a lead here in the first inning. Try to put Emery Dinsmore on the mound for the bottom half of the first inning with an advantage. Alex McKinney's going to have to do the dirty work here for the Nor'easters. He's ahead in the count 1-0. That one's down as well, and now a great hitters count. The Black Bears first baseman Alex McKinney, who's up ahead of young Wyatt Williamson 2-0. Looking for something he can drive here and drive home the game's first run. The 2-0 pitch is a fastball that McKinney takes a big pass and a miss. Count goes to 2-1. McKinney said heck with making the game 1-0. He was looking to make it 2-0 right there with one swing of the bat. Still in the box, though, and still ahead of the count against Wyatt Williamson. 2 balls to 1 strike. Off-speed pitch there, and another swing and a miss. So Wyatt Williamson has battled all the way back, and now the count's tied up at 2. Big 2-2 pitch upcoming here early in this game. Long pause from Williamson on the mound. Now comes to the plate, and McKinney foul tips it into the mitt of Dagno. Back-to-back strikeouts as Seymour, and McKinney will retire the side. A gutsy performance on the mound in the top of the first inning for Wyatt Williamson. The Anglers will hit with our score tied at 0. Anglers coming to the plate for their first at-bats of the afternoon. Their lineup will be the shortstop Yannick Luxa will lead things off. Hunter Labossiere in left field will hit second. Richardson in the 3 spot, the center fielder. Ben Gravel, the cleanup hitter, playing today in right field. Ashton Keniston, the big first baseman, will hit 5th. The pitcher Wyatt Williamson will hit for himself and be in the 6th spot. Ethan Dagnow, the catcher, hits 7th. The second baseman Rodney Bean hits 8th, and Johnny Pruitt, the third baseman, rounds out this Anglers lineup against the Nor'easters ace and left-hander Emery Dinsmore, a guy who's seen a ton of innings for the Nor'easters this season. The Colby College pitcher pitched just 4 innings in 2020, gave up 1 run, but it was unearned. 2019, he was 1-4, ERA close to 7, but did have 25 strikeouts. He's had a very good year this year in the GNCBL, the left-hander product of Belfast High School. He's on the mound for this big game here against the Anglers. Yannick Luxa coming to the plate. He'll start things off. The University of Southern Maine middle infielder. Dinsmore's first pitch is up and away for ball number 1. Luxa had a pretty frustrating day. A doubleheader against the Lumberjacks last Sunday. Hit a couple of balls on the screws. They were right at people at times. Luxa went hitless on the day. Good pitch there by Dinsmore as the count evens at 1-1. Hat flies off of Dinsmore on the mound as the pitch is out, up and away. Count goes to 2-1. I want to put a guy like Yannick Luxa on the base. He can swipe a bag. I know even with the lefty Dinsmore on the mound and the strong throwing arm of Cam Seymour behind the plate, Luxa's still a threat to steal as he climbs ahead of the count 3-1. Luxa, a major part of the Oxford Hills Vikings high school baseball team that went to the 2019 state championship game. We'll see a lot of those guys in action today as he skies one hard into center field. Going back is Bartel. He keeps turning around. It's going to one-hop the wall. He will go into second easily with a stand-up double. Great start there for the Anglers as Yannick Luxa hits one off the base of the wall and will get extra bases. And this Anglers offense started. Yannick Luxa using the big part of the ballpark. Not huge dimensions here at the Field of Dreams, but that one off the center field wall. That ball's to right or left. It's probably a 1-0 game. Good bounce back pitch there by Dinsmore as he climbs ahead of Hunter Labossiere. 0-1. Hunter Labossiere, another Oxford Hills guy, plays his college ball at the University of Maine at Farmington, and he fouls one away. The count goes to 0-2. Labossiere back in left field. Seen a lot of action in left field for the Anglers this season. Moved over to center field for a couple of games. Anglers using center field by committee. Now that their center fielder and leadoff hitter Cam Slicer is done for the rest of the GNCBL season with an arm injury. Labossiere just gets a piece of that one and spoils it away to the right side. Count remains 0-2 to the Anglers left fielder. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Nor'easters had a chance to get on the board in the first, weren't able to capitalize. Let's see if the Anglers can punch one in and take their first lead of the afternoon. Dinsmore comes to the plate, another ball fouled away by Labossiere. Cal still remains 0-2, but Hunter Labossiere has fouled a couple of tough pitches off. Dinsmore still with a lot of pitches to work with, though, in his arsenal, as he's way up in the count. Left-hander fires a curveball that's waved and missed at by Labossiere. A beautiful pitch there, and a big out number 1 as Hunter Labossiere goes down on strikes. Now Hunter Richardson will get his first at-bat of the day. Hit .306 for St. Joseph's College of Maine in 134 at-bats in 2019. 4 home runs and 27 RBIs. Hits one pretty far, but pretty foul down that right field line. Right fielder Ben Sawyer playing way off that right field line. Pretty close to being behind Colin Coyne, the second baseman, in right center field. Curveball is hit. It's going to be through the hole. They're going to wave home Luxa. He's going to come in. Bartel's throw is going to be cut off. Luxa's going to score standing up. And an RBI single for Hunter Richardson. And now the throw gets away. Richardson's going to round second, and he is not going to go any further. He will advance to third on the throwing error. And an RBI single for Hunter Richardson on a crazy play will give the Anglers a lead. Richardson just got enough of it to get it by Joe Strabley and into left field. I didn't think it was going to be deep enough for Luxa to score from second base, but the throw was cut off. He scored with ease, and then they tried to get Richardson napping off of first base after he took a big turn and threw it away, and Richardson was able to go to second. Now another early RBI spot for the right fielder Ben Gravel. That one clips the corner as Dinsmore's hat flies off his head once again. Ben Gravel, a college teammate of Hunter Richardson at USM. Resident of Rochester, New Hampshire, at 127 at-bats in 2018. Hit .299. Hits one off the handle there to the shortstop Strabley. He'll collect and throw to first. It's in the dirt. It is not going to be able to picked out by Selesky. Coming home to score is Hunter Richardson, and Ben Gravel will go into second. A 2-0 lead here early for the Anglers, as there's been some sloppy defense behind Emery Dinsmore for the Nor'easters. Now, Ashton Keniston, as this Anglers gauntlet of a lineup continues. Keniston, the power-hitting first baseman. We'll look at a breaking ball that clips the corner for strike one. Another Oxford Hills guy. Another USM player. I'm sure he's eyeing down that short porch in right field. Fastball is up. Check swing, no go. There from Keniston, and the count will even at 1. Keniston still wearing his green Oxford Hills helmet as he takes a big hack at that 1-1 fastball. Gets nothing but air as Dinsmore's ahead 1-2. Dinsmore can go basically anywhere here on Keniston. It's a curveball in the dirt. Good pick behind the plate by Cam Seymour to prevent Ben Gravel from going to third base. The pitcher, Wyatt Williamson, is on the on-deck circle. As the 2-2 pitch is coming to Ashton Keniston, it's up and in. Now the count has gone full. First base is open. Dinsmore can choose to pitch around it, but early in this game, not sure that'd be the right strategy. Gotta think a good pitch is coming. I'm sure Ashton Keniston's thinking the same. That one's in the dirt, past Seymour. He's going to have to pick it up and put it in his pocket. The good dirt ball read there from Ben Gravel as he goes from second to third. And now there'll be runners on the corners for the pitcher, Wyatt Williamson. Ashton Keniston, not the fastest guy over there at first base. Let's see if any plays are on here in a first and third situation early in this game. First pitch fastball's up and away for ball 1. Williamson looking to give himself a little more insurance runs on the mound. Something he did. Now Keniston is off for second base. Seymour's throw's going to be in the dirt. Keniston's going to be safe, and Ben Gravel's going to come home on the play. A stolen base from Ashton Keniston, And the run scores from third, a win-win from the Anglers. And now a runner remains in scoring position for Wyatt Williamson as they now hold a 3-0 lead. Good swing there by Williamson, but comes up empty. As the count goes to 2-1. Another big swing and a miss, and Williamson's down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the game from Emery Dinsmore, who's collected a pair of Ks. Now it's Ethan Dagno's turn to see if he can bring in an RBI. With 2 outs in the first inning. Already 3 runners home for the Anglers here in the bottom of the first. It's a good first pitch there from Dinsmore. He's in there for a strike. Dagno, a Massabesic High School graduate, places college ball up in Bangor for the Husson Eagles. Trying to bring in his teammate Ashton Kennison from second base as he fouls one away, and Dinsmore's way up on him, 0-2. That one's in the dirt, swung and a miss by Ethan Dagno. Emery Dinsmore strikes out the side, but not before the Anglers put 3 runs on the board after only getting 2 hits. Couple of sloppy plays there by the Nor'easters defense, a walk mixed in the middle, and after 1 inning, your score is the Anglers 3 and the Nor'easters nothing. Max Zaleski will start this top of the second inning off here for the Nor'easters. They find themselves in a 3-0 hole after the Anglers put a crooked number up on the board in the bottom half of the first. They'll be Zaleski, Coyne, and Malloy, 5, 6, 7 here in this Nor'easters order. Williamson's first pitch to the first baseman is down low for ball 1. Zaleski, one of the top contacts guys in the GNCBL. It's for very good average. Play second base or first base. We've seen him do both. Here as he lines one foul over there into the Anglers fan section above the first base dugout. 1-1 count now to Zaleski. Trying to get a leadoff runner on for the second straight inning. She fouls another one off to the right side. Hunter Moore started the first inning off for the Nor'easters with a single in the left field, stole second. Bartel moved him over with a ground ball to the right side, but then back-to-back strikeouts. Seymour went down looking, McKenney swinging. Wyatt Williamson was able to escape the jam unscathed. That breaking ball is just a bit outside. Count now evens at 2-2. High leg kick and delivery from Williamson is down in the way. Now the count has gone full. Block's just as good as a hit here for Selewski. Trying to be the leadoff guy for the Nor'easters here in the second inning. Full count pitch upcoming. Is foul tipped into the mid of Ethan Dagno, and 3 straight strikeouts for Max Selewski. For Wyatt Williamson, and the Anglers. Now it's Colin Coyne's turn. Bates, middle infielder, starting game 1 today at second base. See what he can do against the young Anglers right-hander. Williamson starts him off with a curveball. Out of the zone for ball 1. Coyne played in 18 games for the Bates Bobcats in 2019. 5 for 25 in his plate appearances. 5 games in 2020, going 2 for 8. Hits one high, but not very deep, into right center field. Coming over is the right fielder Gravel, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Sounded good off the bat, but just didn't get any distance behind that one. And Gravel was able to make the long run, but haul in the grab, no problem. Now it's Chase Malloy, the Nor'easters' third baseman, with no one on and 2 away in the top of the second inning. Good pitch there from Williamson as he climbs ahead of another Nor'easters batter, 1-0. Very methodical delivery from Wyatt Williamson. Pretty slow from the windup, even slower when he's from the stretch. Bounces that one in there. The count to go to 1-1. Chase Malloy, the Farmington infielder, hit almost 340 in 118 at-bats. 5 doubles, 4 triples, 18 runs batted in. Looks at another ball in the dirt. Count will now go to 1-1. Malloy, a late addition to the GNCBL, but he's taken over the third base duties for the Nor'easters quite well. UMaine Farmington Beavers looking at the Nor'easters, their first base runner here in the second inning. A good off-speed pitch there from Wyatt Williamson, leaving up the count at 2. Williamson nods his head from the Dagno sign. Now from the windup, comes to the plate, and just a piece of that one was got by Chase Malloy, who fouls it away, and Dagno is unable to hang on like he's already done twice today. Malloy will hang around though and see another 2-2 pitch with no one on and 2 away in the visiting half of the second inning. Malloy hits one on the ground to Rodney Bean at second base. He collects himself and throws onto Kenniston at first to retire the side. A 1-2-3 second inning for the Anglers. They'll look to add on to their lead as they will hit up 3-0 in the bottom of the second inning. Rodney Bean, Johnny Pruitt, Yannick Lukes at 8-9-1 here in this Anglers order. Emery Dinsmore looks to settle down. Rodney Bean hits one high and deep to left center field. Bartel's going back. He's turning around. Goodbye, baseball. A deep home run from Rodney Bean. And the Anglers do extend their lead to 4-0. The 8-hitter hits one way out of town. Dinsmore tried to get a first pitch fastball by him, but Bean turned him around, a no-doubter, over the scoreboard in left center field. The Anglers, who have won 4 out of 5, 3 in a row, are playing some really good baseball as they lead the third-place Nor'easters 4-0 in just the second inning against their ace Emery Dinsmore. Another hard hit ball as Johnny Pruitt's going to be on with a line drive single over the third baseman Chase Malloy. Now it's back to the top of the order for Yannick Lukes, who stung a leadoff double off that center field fence. Later scored in the inning, started off the Anglers' rally. A lot of guys from the Oxford Hills area on the roster for the Anglers. Love playing at this ballpark close to home. Took 2 from the Lumberjacks here last weekend. Now have climbed ahead of the Nor'easters by 4 runs in just the bottom of the second. Yannick Lukes is up for his second at-bat with 1 on and nobody out. His changeup's outside for ball number 1. Another ball up and away. Yannick Lukes now climbs ahead. Emery Dinsmore 2-1. Speedy Johnny Pruitt on at first base. We already saw the Anglers swipe a bag off of Cam Seymour in the first. Dinsmore will check on Pruitt, whose head first slide is back in no problem. Lukes goes outside of the zone for that pitch and fouls it away. Cowell even at 2-2. Lukes got ahead 3-1 in his first at-bat. Took a 3-1 pitch to dead center for a leadoff double to start this ball game. Now he's in a battle with Emery Dinsmore, tied 2-2 in the count. Ball is hit to the second baseman, Coyne. Coyne is going to tag Pruitt and throw onto first base, which is not in time. Pruitt will be retired on the 4 unassisted. And Yannick Lukes will reach on first with the fielder's choice. Now Hunter Labossier's second time to the plate. He went down waving at a curveball back in the first inning. Lukes is off on the first pitch. The pitch is in the dirt and no chance from Cam Seymour as he was able to just keep it in front of him. And Lukes is able to swipe second base. Good pitch to run on that Yannick Lukes picked right there. To swipe second base standing up. Dinsmore misses again. Now the count's to 2-0. Lukes now going off of third base. His hit and run is going to be over the first baseman of Selewski. Coming home to score is Lukes. Big turn from Labossiere from first. He's going into second base. He's going to stand up and be... Now the throw gets away. He's on his way to third, and he will be in there safely as well. Great baseball there from the Anglers as the RBI double from Hunter Labossiere on the hit and run and then he goes to third base on the throwing error by the right fielder Sawyer. Anglers are taking advantage of every nor'easter mistake early in this ball game. They have climbed out to a 5-0 lead. Have a runner on third base with just one out here in the second. Big swing there on the first pitch from Hunter Richardson. He fouls it into the screen. That one's over. Now Dinsmore climbs ahead of Richardson, 0-2. Richardson hit that single through the left side of the infield to drive home Yannick Luxa, and the Anglers' first run back in the first inning. Wind starting to pick up here from the Field of Dreams. Sun is just tucked behind a cloud, making it perfect temperatures for a great game here today. Another fastball in the outer half, and another ball hit hard over the English first base dugout. Another 0-2 pitch coming on the Anglers center fielder. It's in the dirt. Great block by Cam Seymour. He's kept a lot of tough balls in front of him today. No advance from Hunter Richardson. No advance for Hunter Labossiere, I should say, who's still on third base with one out in the second inning. Dinsmore looking to pick up a big strikeout here of Hunter Richardson, who hits one hard down the third baseline. It's going to be inside the bag, of fair ball. Richardson rounds second. Rounds first on his way to second. He will cruise in with the stand-up RBI double. Back-to-back doubles from Hunter Labossiere and Hunter Richardson, and it's a 6-0 Anglers lead. Third ball this inning hit very hard off of Emery Dinsmore, who has put up their second straight 3-run inning. Now Ben Gravel's in. One out and a runner on second base. Gravel reached on an error by the shortstop Strabley in the first inning, and later scored on the first and third double steal play. Now he's trying to drive in a run of his own. And Richardson, who now takes his lead off of second base. He stings that one into the right center field gap. That's going to get down for a hard hit single. Rounding third and coming home is Richardson, and he's going to score standing up. Another RBI base hit for the Anglers as it's Ben Gravel's turn. A hard hit single into center field, and the Anglers extend their lead to 7-0. Five hits already in this inning for the Anglers. Already 4 runs home and just 1 away. Ashton Kennison, who took ball 4 in the first inning, gets his second at-bat of the day. One and one to count the big first baseman. We already saw a Rodney Bean home run in this inning. Kennison, another guy who could do damage and put one into the trees over that right field fence. That Dinsmore pitch misses down and away. Count goes now to 2-1. On a very big lead from Ben Gravel off of first base. He's not going. Dinsmore fires. And that gets a piece of the plate for strike 2. Action now in the Nor'easters bullpen as Alex McKinney is down there starting to get loose as Dinsmore throws a beautiful pitch on the outside corner. That freezes Ashton Keniston. Dinsmore's fourth strikeout of the game as Keniston's down looking. Second out of the inning will bring up Wyatt Williamson, who's the biggest beneficiary of this offensive explosion from the Anglers. He now has a 7-run cushion on the mound in just the second inning. Looking to bring another run home. He can get one deep enough into the gap. Dinsmore's first pitch is down low. Off the plate for ball 1. Williamson swings and misses at that one. So the count goes to 1-1. Williamson with the first of back-to-back strikeouts produced by Dinsmore on the mound back in the first inning. Another good pitch there. Dinsmore climbs ahead of Williamson once again, 1-2. See if Dinsmore can make another big pitch here against the Anglers pitcher. Going from first base is Gravel, and he is going to be dead meat. Throw is on the money from Cam Seymour, and Gravel is caught stealing to end the second inning. But not before the Anglers explode for 4 more runs. They now carry a 7-0 lead into the top of the third. Nor'easters come to the plate for their third time, and now they're in an even bigger hole as they trail the fifth place Anglers 7-0. Wyatt Williamson, who's retired his last 6 batters on the mound, has had a long break in between innings, but throws strike 1 to the Nor'easters shortstop Joe Strabley. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt. Williamson's ahead of the shortstop, 0-2. Already 3 strikeouts in 2 innings for Williamson on the mound. I'm sure he can feel number 4 coming right here. She's ahead of Strabley, 0-2. That one's in the dirt. So count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joe Strabley playing today at shortstop, guy who plays his college ball at Oberlin College. Looking to start off this third inning. So Nor'easters try to claw their way back into this ball game. Curveball is hit softly to the first baseman, Keniston, who flips on a Williamson, and it's a bang-bang play at first. But Williamson wins the foot race, and Strabley's retired 3-1. For a second, I thought Joe Stradley was going to beat that one out down the first baseline. But good work from the pitcher, Wyatt Williamson, to get over there for the putout. Now it's the 9-hitter Ben Sawyer. Left-handed hitter getting the start today in right field. See what he can do against Wyatt Williamson as he looks at ball one outside. Sawyer, the Portland High School graduate, playing his college ball at the NAIA program of Fisher College down in Boston. Fouls one straight back. Hanging breaking ball as Sawyers fouls it away. It's going to be out of play. Over to the left of third base. Now Williamson has worked his way up against another Nor'easters hitter as he leads the right fielder. 1 ball to 2 strikes. From the windup, Williamson's leg kick and fire off the corner, right where Dagno had set up. Looking to get a swing and a miss there from Ben Sawyer. Sawyer stays strong. The count now goes back to 2-2. Right fielder Gravel playing very shallow out there in right. Another foul ball off the bat of Ben Sawyer. Outfield pretty shallow actually all the way around. Playing Sawyer pretty much straight up. 2-2 pitch coming from Williamson. Another one fouled away. Gritty at bat here from the Nor'easters 9-hitter. Trying to get on base for the top of the order in Hunter Lohr, who has his bat ready to go on deck. Curveball misses on the inside corner. Ben Sawyer's worked the count all the way back to full. Base hit, ball 4 now for Ben Sawyer. Trying to get the Nor'easters their first base runner since the Hunter Lohr single in the top of the first inning. Williamson is just too much on the mound, though, as he blows the fastball right by him and picks up his 4th punch out of the game. Good at bat there from Ben Sawyer, who worked the count from 1-2 all the way back to 3-2. But Wyatt Williamson just too much and wins the battle and puts him away for the 2nd out of the inning. Now it's Hunter Lohr's opportunity. See if the Anglers can restart things with 2 outs in the inning. Lohr hit a softly hit single in the left field to start this ball game, and Williamson comes right back with strike 1. Hunter Lohr is having a very, very good season for the Nor'easters. He's found his way in the leadoff spot, couple of home runs to his name on the year. Guy who could hit for power, average, plus speed, decent defense, who can play in the outfield as well as third base. Looks at a 1-1 count against the Anglers starter Wyatt Williamson, who's retired the last 8 Nor'easters hitters. That one is driven, though, high and deep to left center field, but it's going to hang up there for the left fielder Hunter Labossiere, who makes the catch for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning from Wyatt Williamson in the Anglers. They will get their 3rd at-bats, trying to extend their 7-0 lead. The pitcher, Wyatt Williamson, with a 1-2 count, now comes to the plate with a clean slate to lead off the bottom of the third inning after Ben Gravel was thrown out by Cam Seymour to end inning number 2. Well, he's 6, 7, 8, Wyatt Williamson, Ethan Dagno, who both went down on strikes in the first. And then Rodney Bean, coming off a long home run in the second inning, will hit third. After giving up a couple of unearned runs in the first inning, Anglers had some very hard hit balls against Emery Dinsmore in the second, who's now still on the mound for inning number 3. Alex McKinney was warming in the pen. He has stopped loosening, probably ready and waiting if the Nor'easters need him on the bench. McKinney DHing here today in Game 1. If he would come in a pitch, he would just drop the DH spot in the Nor'easters lineup. Emery Dinsmore, sure Coach Max Shaleski hoping that Emery Dinsmore, though, can stay in this game a little bit longer, trying to save their bullpen for game number 2. That one skips in down low for a ball. 3-1 count now to the Anglers pitcher and 6-hitter Wyatt Williamson. Down low for ball number 4, and Williamson will be on first. And just as they did in the first and second inning, the Anglers will have a leadoff hitter on to start the frame. See if Williamson will think about running. Even after Seymour threw out Gravel, no problem to end the second. Not going on the first pitch, as it's in there against Ethan Dagno. Dagno struck out swinging back in the first. A catcher from Husson getting his second opportunity against Dinsmore. So he takes another swing and a miss. Now he's fallen behind once again, 0-2. Two pitches on the corner and a swing and a miss there by Ethan Dagno, who's down on strikes for the second time today. And now they'll be 1 on and 1 away from Rodney Bean, who's had the big bang in this game so far, a long home run over the scoreboard out there in left center field. Sure, Dinsmore will be more careful this time, but another first pitch swinging there from Bean is hit hard, but over to make the catch in right field is Ben Sawyer for out number 2 of the inning. After the leadoff walk, the strikeout from Dagno, then the one pitch out from Rodney Bean. Now Emery Dinsmore is one batter away from getting out of this third inning rather quickly. It'll be the 9-hitter Johnny Pruitt, who roped a single over Chase Malloy's head at third base in the second inning. Dinsmore gets ahead with the first pitch fastball there, 0-1. Good curveball there. Just broke a little late as it stays up high. Count evens on the Anglers' third baseman, 1-1. Curveball there from Dinsmore. Pruitt's way ahead of. And now Dinsmore's up in the count, 1-2. Already 5 strikeouts in the game for Emery Dinsmore. 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Struck out Dagno here in the third, looking for his 5th punch-out. Will love to do it here against Johnny Pruitt, trying to get the Nor'easters back in the dugout quickly. He does. It's in the dirt. Cam Seymour makes the block and will make the easy flip on to Selesky at first base. A strikeout swinging will end the inning for the Anglers. The first 0 put up on the board for the Nor'easters, and now with a little momentum, they'll try to see if they can get some runs off of Wyatt Williamson and the Anglers' defense. Our score as we head to the top of the 4th inning is the Anglers 7 and the Nor'easters nothing. Great time for the Nor'easters to try to get some runs on the board. They'll have 2, 3, 4 Bartell, Seymour, McKinney. Second time through the order against Wyatt Williamson, who's been rolling on the mound. Retired the last 9 batters after Hunter Laurel led off the game with a base hit. Bartell moved Laurel from second to third. Unselfish baseball in the first inning by grounding to the second baseman Bean. Will now get his second at bat as he looks at the ball down low. As the count goes to 1-1. A lot of speed from the Nor'easters left fielder. Playing in center field today. Gets some encouragement from the third base coach and manager of the Nor'easters, Max Zaleski, as he looks at a strike on the outside corner. Williamson not wasting any time. Now in this pitch, as it comes to the plate, it's a curveball in the dirt picked by Dagno. He's going to have to make the throw to first. It's way over the head of the first baseman, Keniston, and Bartell will reach on the throwing error by the catcher, Ethan Dagno. Bartell wasn't even running down that first baseline, kind of a late jog. But Dagno kind of rushed the throw and threw it way over his first baseman. Now the Nor'easters will get a leadoff runner on, not a conventional way, but Bartell will lead off at first base with no one out in the top of the 4th inning. Cam Seymour takes a big swing at that one. Just got under it. She skies it foul. Off to the left side. Cam Seymour looking to do damage here as he hits for his second time today. Looked at a curveball for strike 3 back in the first. Seymour finally calls time. See if the Nor'easters hitters do this more against Williamson the second time around. Williamson loves to just wait it out on the mound. Very deliberate out of the stretch. Another pause right there. Long one as Williamson now comes to the plate and throws it off the corner for a ball. See if the Nor'easters have any intention of trying to see if they can swipe a bag here against Ethan Dagno. Speed on first base and Riley Bartell. Not a very big lead over there. He's not going. Seymour thought about that pitch, but lays off as it's down low for a ball. Count is 1-1 on the Nor'easters catcher. Went down on strikes a rare occasion in the first. Bartell's lead's not getting any bigger off of first base. Williamson continues to wait on the mound. Now he comes and Seymour hits it to left center field, but it's going to hang up just enough for the left fielder Lavoisier, who makes the catch on the run for out number 2. Off the bat, I thought that one was going to get down, but Lavoisier was able to range over and make the grab for the second out of the inning. Now with 2 outs in the frame, it's the designated hitter Alex McKinney in for his second time. Now Bartell's going. The throw is going to be online. It is going to be in time. Ethan Dagno did just what Cam Seymour did back in the second inning. Throws out a Nor'easters base stealer. And now that's the second out of the inning as Dagno with a beautiful throw right on the bag. It's a close play down there at second. But the tag was able to just get under the cleat of Riley Bartell. So bases are now empty with 2 away in the 4th. Count is now gone to 1-1 on Alex McKinney. Williamson got him swinging in the first. That one is hit to left field, and that one is going to be way gone. Alex McKinney, a long home run down the hill in left center field, and the Nor'easters get their first run of the game, and boy, it is one that counts. A long homer from the designated hitter, Alex McKinney. Off the bat, you knew that one was going to end up way over that fence. McKinney and the Nor'easters take some anger out on the long home run by the Maine Black Bear. Selesky's first pitch swinging, does not going to get up the middle. It's going to get to Bean. Still going to be a tough play, but his long throw is in time. Williamson able to bounce back and get Selesky out in the first pitch as he's retired 4-3 to end the frame. The Nor'easters get a run back on the home run by Alex McKinney, but they still trail 7-1 as the Anglers hit here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Emery Dinsmore's day is done. He went 3 innings, giving up 7 runs. Not all of them earned, though. Now the Nor'easters go to the bullpen, and it is big Alex McKinney, the 6'4" right-handed hurler. He's playing DH, went yard, and now he's rewarded with getting some work on the mound. We're going to see a big fastball from McKinney in the low 90s. Sharp breaking ball. He'll face the top of this Anglers order. Lucia, Lebowski, and Richardson here in the fourth. Lucia started this game with a double off the base of the center field wall. Scored in the first, reached on a fielder's choice, stole a bag, and scored as well in the second. And now he's ahead of Alex McKinney. 2 balls to no strikes. McKinney on the mound is pretty dominant when he's firing around the strike zone. Just as that one is right there. Climbs back into the count against Lucia. We've seen McKinney in various roles, part of this Nor'easters pitching staff. A couple of saves for him on the season. Coming here in long relief, as no one else is warming up in the fourth inning for the Nor'easters. That pitch is just a tick inside. And on 5 pitches, Yannick Lukes is on for the 3rd time of the day as he takes ball 4. Now there's another guy who's a threat to steal, already has a stolen base in this game. He's on first base. As Hunter Labossiere, who had an RBI double back in the second, will get his second at bat. That one's way outside. To the backstop it goes, a wild pitch. Will allow Luxa to advance to second base. So McKinney struggling to find the strike zone here in this outing against the first two batters. See what Labossiere can do now with another runner in scorer position. McKinney does get the strike zone there. The count will go back to 1-1. Labossiere, a guy who's already won one of the GNCBL Player of the Week honors. Luke's is now on his way to third base, and that one's going to get by Seymour. The backstop as well. Anglers remain aggressive on the base pass, and now they'll have a runner on third base with no one out here in the fourth inning. And a 2-1 count to boot to the left fielder and two-hitter in the order, Hunter Labossiere. McKinney just misses there. Now the count's at 3-1. Good hitters count for a good hitter, especially with a runner in scoring position. Labossiere looking to get one in the air and drive home the English 8th run of the game. He lines one into right field. It's going to be caught with a leaping grab by Ben Sawyer. Luxa's coming home, and he's going to score with ease. A hard-hit sacrifice fly for Hunter Labossiere, and the Anglers just like that get their one run back as they open up a 7-run lead once again. Labossiere hit that one on the screws to the right fielder Sawyer, who was running in and had to leap to make the grab. Speedy Luxa scored no problem, tagging up from third base. Now the English restart the offense with the bases now cleared, no one out here in the fourth inning. A couple of big swings and misses by Ben Gravel and Alex McKinney. If he finds a strike zone again, it's going to be bad news for these Anglers hitters. Up against Hunter Richardson, 0-2. Richardson singled and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the second. Looks at one away there for ball one. Richardson, only guy in this Anglers lineup. The pair of hits in this game. Looking for hit number 3, but is frozen on that 1-2 breaking ball from Alex McKinney for the second out of the inning. That's the sharp breaking ball I was talking about. A beauty right there. Starts right in on the hips of the right-handed hitter and drops right over the plate for strike 3. Now Ben Gravel will take his third at-bat. With the bases empty and 2 away now in the fourth. Gravel reached on an error by the shortstop Strabley in the first, singled, and then was caught stealing to end the second inning. Looks at a couple pitches outside for McKinney, who's behind the cleanup hitter 0-2. 2-0. Anglers have a run in this fourth inning without getting a base hit. As Gravel fouls that 2-0 fastball back to the screen. Couple of words from McKinney and Gravel. McKinney will toe the rubber for a 2-1 pitch upcoming. To the St. Joe's and Anglers left fielder Ben Gravel. Off-speed pitch misses. Now a very good hitter's count. McKinney's got to be very careful with this pitch to Gravel. It's off the plate for ball number 4, and the Anglers get their second walk of the inning as Ben Gravel's on for his third time today. Runner on first base. 2 away now in the power-hitting first baseman Ashton Kennison. He's been quiet today, took ball 4 in the first, struck out looking in the second. This pitch from McKinney, they come in very hard. Harder they come in, though, harder they go out. If you can barrel one up against a big right-handed arm like this, especially with the power that Kennison produces from the left side. This ball has a potential to go a long way. Now to that right field fence. McKinney takes a peek on the runner Gravel, who's back in without a slide. Gotta think Gravel's gonna have second thoughts about trying to steal again. Seymour threw him out no problem in the second inning. McKinney's very quick to the plate, but he is going again. A hit and run, though. Keniston hits it softly, but Malloy's over from third base. He's going to make the play. And a good stretch there by Max Selesky will get Keniston to retire the side. But the Anglers get one run back in the frame. Now we're going to the fifth inning. The Anglers lead by a score of 8-1. Still a lot of work to do for the Nor'easters as they will hit in the top of the fifth inning. Trail the Anglers 8-1. Only 9 outs remaining. For the team in Navy Blue, it'll be Colin Coyne, Chase Malloy, Joe Strabley. 6, 7, 8. Here in the Nor'easters order. Coyne takes up first pitch strike. Coyne flew out to the left fielder Gravel. Back in inning number 2. Nor'easters just with 2 hits in the game. The single by Lohr to start it. And then the big fly by Alex McKinney. And when I mean big, I mean really big. Home run in the 4th. Coyne pops that one up. It's going to be caught by Ashton Keniston, who comes in to make the grab. Has weak contact. That's a quick out number 1 on the lazy fly to the first baseman. Now it's Chase Malloy for his second opportunity. Grounded out to Rodney Bean at second base in the second inning. Hits that one hard to second base, but it's going to get over the head of Bean into right field. Chase Malloy liked the first pitch he saw and hit it on a line for a 1-out base knock. Hopefully that can be the start. A couple of hits here in the bottom of the order for the Nor'easters. I'm sure Max Selesky's thinking the same thing as his 7-hitter gets on with a single in the 5th inning. Time called there by Joe Strabley. Strabley hit that ground ball to the first baseman Keniston and almost won a foot race down the first baseline, but Williamson was able to beat him to the bag as he was put out 3-1. Williamson's first pitch to him this time is away for ball number 1. Malloy's a threat to steal from first base, but Dagno already has caught Bartell stealing. That was in the 4th inning. That one definitely stings now after McKinney, who was at the plate at the time, hit a home run later in that at-bat. One ball is the count to the shortstop Joe Strabley. Chase Malloy leads off first base. The left-handed hitting Ben Sawyer's on deck. Lead now extends a bit for Malloy. Once again, not going as another one's in the dirt. Great block there from Dagno, who's had a pretty good game behind the plate. Keeps it in front of him. Prevent the advance from Malloy. Now the count's gone to 2-2. On the Nor'easters' 8-hitter, Strabley. Malloy this time is off as a hit and run is on. A curveball hangs up as hit through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Back-to-back singles from the 7-8 hitters in the Nor'easters lineup as Joe Strabley hits a hard hit ball. And now there'll be runners on first and second for the 9-hitter Ben Sawyer. Sawyer had a pretty good at-bat against Williamson in the third inning. But after he'd fought back from a 1-2 count to make it full, Williamson got him swinging on a full count fastball. Now a lot more at stake in this at-bat as runners are on first and second. First pitch swinging, that's going to be stopped on a dive, but to stay in the infield. But Sawyer's going to be able to reach first base. The third straight single from the 7, 8, 9 hitters in this Nor'easters lineup. And now trouble looms in the leadoff hitter Hunter Lohr, who hits with the bases loaded and just one out in the frame. Hunter Lohr, a home run threat. Doesn't have to do too much, though. Bases loaded. Nor'easters trail by 7 runs, and you got to think this is one of the better opportunities they're going to get in the remainder of this game. First pitch curveball from Williamson floats, but just a little high for ball number 1. Hunter Lohr has a lot of speed from the right-hander's batter's box, but the Anglers have a very good double play tandem in Rodney Bean and Yannick Luxa, playing at second base and shortstop respectively. Williamson from the stretch. Finally come to the plate. It's going to be hit up the middle. A diving catch by Rodney Bean, who flips to Yannick Luxa for the double play. Rodney Bean have a day, a home run in the second, and now an excellent defensive play here in the fifth to end the bases loaded jam. Wow, that'll do things for the top of the fifth inning. The Anglers still lead by 7 runs as they come out of the inning unscathed. Wyatt Williamson in for his third plate appearance here in the fifth inning. Likes the first pitch he swings. He sees, rolls it out to Colin Coyne, who makes the play. Off balance stretch there by Max Shaleski, but is able to keep a foot there on the bag. And in just one pitch, Wyatt Williamson's retired for the first out of the fifth inning. Now it's Ethan Dagno's turn, third time around the order for him. Struck out swinging in the first and the third. Great pitch there. Sits right on the outside corner for strike number 1. McKinney, the big right-hander, Throws that one up and in for ball number 1. McKinney gave up a run in his first inning of work in the 4th. Issued 2 walks. Leadoff hitter Lucia scored on a sacrifice fly by Hunter Labossiere. Got the first out of the 5th inning in Wyatt Williamson. Now he's fallen behind. 2-1 to the 7-hitter Ethan Dagno. Now the count is 3-1. Good hitters count. Ethan Dagno's looking to break through today after striking out in his first 2 at-bats. Got to think a good pitch is coming to hit here. Dagno didn't like it. It's up in the top outside corner of the strike zone. Now the count has gone full. See what McKinney does here on a full count. That one's going to get the corner for strike number 3. Ethan Dagno is down on strikes for the 3rd time today, and that's the 2nd looking strikeout that Alex McKinney has gotten on the rubber. After the count went 3-1, Alex McKinney threw some pitches that just got outside parts of the plate. Neither one of them very easy pitches to hit. Pitcher's pitches, and McKinney got both of them for strike number 3. Now it's Rodney Bean. Hit the home run in the 2nd inning and then just made that tremendous defensive play to end the 5th. Looks at a curveball, and now McKinney is kind of feeling it on the mound. After striking out Dagno, he's ahead of Rodney Bean 0-2. Let's see if we can get the Nor'easters' first 1-2-3 inning of the game. It's a curveball in the dirt, blocked by Seymour, who's going to make the throw to Selesky at first, and Alex McKinney does, in fact, get the Nor'easters their first 1-2-3 inning of the game as he strikes out Dagno and Bean to end it, and will retire the side. That'll do things for 5 innings here from the Field of Dreams. We're going to inning number 6. Our score is the Anglers 8 and the Nor'easters 1. You're watching GNCBL Baseball. We've quickly moved to the top of the 6th inning. 2-3-4 in this Nor'easters lineup as Wyatt Williamson's day is done on the mound for the Anglers. He'll give way to the USM right-handed hurler Ethan Brown, who's the hero with the bat last Sunday as he drove in the game-winning run on a 2 RBI double in Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Lumberjacks. But now back in his natural position on the mound, and has a 7-run cushion as he looks to get 6 outs and close out this game for the Anglers. Riley Bartell in for his fourth at-bat of the day. Third at-bat of the day, I should say. Grounded to Rodney Bean at second in the first inning. Struck out but reached on the throwing error by Dagno, only to be caught stealing later in the fourth inning frame. Now he's fallen behind the new arm Ethan Brown 1-2. Curveball from Brown is hit softly, kind of in no man's land off the pitcher's mound. It's going to be a tough play for Ethan Brown, and with the glove flip, he makes the play. PFP's there for Ethan Brown as he flips it with the glove to Kennison at first to get the speedy Bartell for the first out of the inning. Now no one will be on, and one will be away for Cam Seymour facing his USM teammate. Seymour hits one high, a major league pop-up out by the mound. Brown's going to call it and make the grab himself for the second out of the inning. Seymour just got under that one as he hit a sky-high pop-up. Seymour hits that one a little bit higher up on the bat. That one is going a long way into those trees in center field. But nevertheless, two quick outs for Ethan Brown on the mound. And now he faces a dangerous hitter in Alex McKinney, who hit a big home run in his last at-bat in the fourth inning, down the hill over there in left center field. Looking to see if he can stay hot at the plate as he looks as a curveball down low. There's the count, even at 1-1. McKinney now playing at pitcher, started the day at DH, but came in off the mound to replace Emery Dinsmore in the fourth. Brown's curveball just misses there. Off the inside part of the plate. Now a hitter's count for McKinney as he's ahead of the right-hander, 2-1. McKinney hits that one on the handle. Second baseman Bean is under it, and he will make the play to retire the side. A quick 1-2-3 inning from Ethan Brown out of the pen. The Anglers will look for last-minute insurance as they have a 7-run lead here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Third inning of work from Alex McKinney out of the bullpen. Got the English to go down in order. Back in the fifth, we'll face 9-1-2. Here in the sixth, Johnny Pruitt will lead it off. Singled in the second, struck out in the third. Hits one on the ground to the shortstop, Strabley. Strabley collects it on a couple of hops, throws low, but it's able to be picked out by Shalevsky at first base for out number one of the inning. Couple of pretty good stretches down at first base for Max Zaleski. He's had to be able to pick out a couple of throws. Able to go down and grab that one, and now Yannick Lukes is up for his 4th at-bat of the game. That one's on the ground with Zaleski. He flips on to McKinney. And 1 pitch, 2 outs. 2 are quickly away for Alex McKinney in the 6th. Now Hunter Labossiere, who's bringing in a 1-for-2 batting line. Couple of RBIs for him in this one. Struck out in the first, RBI double, and scored in the second. Then had a sac fly off McKinney in the 4th. Anglers lead this game 8-1. All but one of their runs, coming off Emery Dinsmore in the 1st and 2nd innings of this game. Just one off McKinney. That was on the sac fly by Labossiere in the 4th. Labossiere, the first of back-to-back Hunters who hit 2-3 in this Anglers lineup. Hunter Richardson, who's 2-for-3 on the day, is on deck. Big Alex McKinney from the windup. A curveball is going to square Labossiere right in the back. And he's going to be the first base runner of the Anglers here in the 6th inning as he's on base with a hit by pitch. That will extend the order to Hunter Richardson. Single and score in the 1st, single and score in the double. Single and scored in the 1st inning, doubled and scored in the 2nd, and struck out looking against McKinney in the 4th. We'll see how aggressive the Anglers will be to try to see if they can get Hunter Labossiere into scoring position with 2 away in the frame. Good swing there by Richardson. It's fouled away. Alex McKinney, a very intimidating presence out there on the mound. Throws hard, throws downhill. It's hard not to throw downhill when you're standing at 6'4" out there on the rubber. And throws a dart right there, right on the black for strike number 2. 1-2 the count. Let's see where McKinney goes here. Got ahead in the count with a fastball. See if he tries to put him away with the curveball, but he also hit Labossiere with the curve. The curve is the pitch, and it drops in there for strike number 3. Alex McKinney picks up his 4th strikeout of the game as the Anglers go down without a run. But the Nor'easters have 3 outs left to go as they will try to battle back, trailing by 7 runs. They'll hit in the top of the 7th inning. Anglers need just 3 outs to take this first game of the doubleheader between the Nor'easters. A game that the Nor'easters definitely needed to get. They have a lot of work to do here against Ethan Brown in the top of the 7th inning. Max Zaleski, the 5-hitter, will start things off. As he swings, it's going to go foul. It rolls down that first base line. Zalewski struck out swinging in the second and grounded back to the pitcher Williamson in the fourth. Getting his third plate appearance here. First time he's seeing Ethan Brown. Zalewski known for his contact hitting. Let's see if he can get a ball through. Get the Nor'easters the leadoff hitter they desperately need. Counts all even at 2-2 on the Nor'easters' first baseman. Fights off that tough pitch on the inside corner. Count remains knotted up at 2. Curveball's away, and now the count has gone full. Zalewski trying to start the rally here for the Nor'easters in the 7th inning. Big pitch upcoming from Ethan Brown is hit to the second baseman Bean. He's going to corral it and flip the easy toss to Keniston at first for the big first out of the 7th inning. Second time Zalewski has grounded to Bean over there. But you got to think it's got to be the player of the game for the Anglers here in Game 1. 4 putouts from him, and of course that big line drive diving catch he made to stop a Nor'easters bases loaded jam with just 1 out in the 5th inning. Also a home run for him on the offensive side. Now there's 1 out here in the 7th for Ethan Brown. Colin Coyne, who's flown out to right field and popped out to the first baseman Keniston, will get his 3rd opportunity with no one on and 1 away in inning number 7. Hits that one high and deep down the left field line, but it's going to go foul over the Nor'easters bullpen and out of play. Coyne, the middle infielder, getting the start today in Game 1 at second base. Let's see if he'll move over to shortstop in Game 2. We've seen him get starts at both of those positions throughout this GNCBL season. Brown's curveball misses on the inside corner. As the count goes to 2-2 on Colin Coyne. Hits one high into foul territory by the Nor'easters dugout over by that third base line. Johnny Pruitt's over there to make the grab. Coyne's down for his 3rd pop out of the game, and now the Nor'easters are down to their final out in their third baseman, Chase Malloy. Malloy grounded to Bean in the 2nd, and then had one of the 3 straight singles in the 5th inning. Hits that one high and deep in the left center field gap. That one is going to be run down by the left fielder Labossiere to end the ball game. The Anglers explode for 7 runs in the first 2 innings and cruise to an 8-1 victory over the Nor'easters. This second game of the doubleheader is even bigger than the first now for the Nor'easters as they desperately need a win for seeding purposes in the GNCBL playoffs. The win goes to Wyatt Williamson for the Anglers. Emery Dinsmore gets the loss. And it was the Rodney Bean Show in game number 1. Make sure you join us for game number 2. That'll wrap things up here from Harrison. I'm Calvin Cristoforo saying the game 1 final tally for the final time. It's the Anglers 8 and the Nor'easters nothing. Game 2 coming right up. You're watching GNCBL Baseball.